This stupid simple scalping strategy consistently gives me days like this, and this. And I'm about to show you exactly how I do it every single day. It is so simple that even a 5-year-old could understand it and use it every single day. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can use this strategy every single day to make consistent profits, all in just 3 simple steps. And obviously, I'm gonna backtest this strategy so you really understand it, how to use it step by step. But man, enough talking, let's get into the video. Alrighty, as you can see, on the screen, you can see just a few of my daily profits from my trading that I got recently. Now, you may think, well, how can I also get that? Well, I'm glad you asked, because now I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to literally teach you everything. You have to only trade 30 to 90 minutes per day in the market session open, because there will be the most volume, opportunities, and also you will not waste time. I personally trade the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100. So I trade in the New York Stock Exchange opens. That opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I trade for usually 30 to 90 minutes per day. And that is plenty of time for me to make a lot of money, as well as my students. And as you can see, this is a real picture of me live trading. I'm up like $2,300 in this picture, and I'm currently shorting the markets going down. And now the real thing, how can you also take these kind of trades? Well, let me show you. Very soon I'm gonna go into the markets, I'm gonna teach you the strategy, backtest it, whatever, but this is the basics first. What we do is very simple. We follow the market trends. The market always moves in trends, uptrend or downtrend, right? What we do is we target liquidity. So why? Why do we want to target liquidity? Well, first of all, the motive behind the market movers, the big banks, institutions, and hedge funds, they want to take out liquidity so they can fill their massive positions, essentially, okay? And they move the market in trends. We follow the trend, target liquidity, and then the trend can literally switch from that to the opposite direction. Very simple, effective, it happens. But you never want to go against the market trend. Okay, that is the rule of the game. Until there's a market liquidity, but that literally switches the trend. Let's start with step number 1, the market trends. There's the uptrend, downtrend, and consolidation. What we want to do, like I said, we want to follow the trend. We're gonna be focused on these 2 trends, uptrend and downtrend, because this is literally the movement, okay? Up or down. If it goes up, we're gonna buy. If it goes down, we're gonna sell. But consolidation happens for a reason also. It creates liquidity, etc. and etc. Later in this video, I'm going to explain more. But consolidation is literally stagnant movement. It's not moving anywhere. So there's literally no money to be made. So we don't want to be trading during consolidation. It is caused by equal amount of buyers and sellers in the markets and low volume. So we just ignore this, okay? I'm going to focus on this one. And now I'm going to go into the markets. I'm going to show you step by step how you can follow the market trend. So as you can see, I'm currently in the markets, and you can quite frankly see that this is a pretty decent uptrend. We're not in the session open yet, so it makes sense that it's not the most beautiful, but the uptrend moves in like this. Okay, like I said, high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs, right? Very simple, effective, and low lows, low highs, low lows, low highs, low lows. That's the downtrend. All right, so we have to understand that in the trends, doesn't matter if it's an uptrend or downtrend, there's 2 parts that literally is the reason why it's a trend. There is a big move and a small move. That literally causes the price to look like a trend, because the price, as you see, is going up rapidly, but it has to fix itself and then continue. That makes the trend, right? It moves in waves, whoop, whoop, like that. And the reason why that is very important is because obviously the price has to fix itself, but that tells us a lot. What does it tell us? Well, every time that there is a big move and a small move, there's something called a high. Well, first of all, we have to understand the names though. The big move is called an impulse, right? Impulse. And the small move is called a retracement. So big move, impulse, small move, retracement, and big move, impulse, right? Every time that there's an impulse and a retracement in the trend, there's something called a high that appears. High is essentially an up candle immediately followed by a down candle, and on the top of the wick or on the top of the candle, there's gonna be the high. It takes 2 candles, right? So impulse and retracement. Why is it important? Well, this literally tells us where the higher high is right now, and when a new up candle body closes above that higher high, something called a break of structure, BOS, that we're gonna really be focused on in this video is gonna happen, and I'm gonna show you very soon in the real charts how it happens. But why is it important? Because after a breakout structure, you have an opportunity to buy the markets if it's a very strong trend. And by the way, we're gonna be focused on the 1 minute time frame when we follow the trend. So if this happens right here and it's already a strong trend, what we do is we're gonna buy right here on the breakout structure on top of the candle. Remember, the body of the candle, the fat part of the candle, has to close above the most recent high, which is here, which was created by the impulse followed by a retracement. And then what we do is we target those liquidities that I'm gonna very soon show you. And it's very important that you understand about liquidity, because if you don't, you will become liquidity. You're gonna losing the markets if you do not know where liquidity is. So stay tuned. But we're going to be following the trend, or you can also enter on the retracement when the price wants to retrace, because it naturally wants to do that as well. You're going to buy on the retracement and get a better risk-reward ratio, risk versus profit, right? Very simple, effective, and it happens every single day. Now, let's say if the price takes liquidity and it turns into a downtrend, you see this consistent movement to the downside, okay? You know that it's time to look for sales. Same stuff, impulse retracement. What we do, mark the low, because that's a impulse retracement. Down candle followed by an up candle, that's a low, right? And when a down candle body closes below that right here, what happens? Well, a BOS, break of structure, like this. BOS, naturally, you can break, you can close. I mean, what am I talking about? You can enter below the break of structure in the downtrend, like this, where the candle closes, the body of the candle that closes below the most recent low, and right there. Or you can enter on the retracement and you're going to target liquidity, because liquidity is something that can switch the whole market trend like this. We are almost there, but now, like I said, you have to understand about liquidity. So step number 2 is market liquidity. Very, very important topic. Remember, it's literally the lifeblood of the markets. Without this, the markets doesn't want to move. Market movers want to take liquidity, and then they can switch the trend direction. So let me show you exactly how that is done. All right, this pretty much is liquidity. Liquidity rests above highs and below lows, and especially in higher time frames. Why? Because higher time frames hold more power and influence. So that's why we're going to mark liquidity, those highs and lows, in 50-minute and up time frames. Because in the lower time frames, there's also highs, but they do not have much power, right? So we can just follow the trend, right? But in the higher time frame, they do have power, and we're gonna target these as our take profits. And it's very important to understand that, okay? So a high is being created by an up candle that is immediately followed by a down candle. So it's like a pattern, but not quite, okay? This is how it moves. It's like the impulse and retracement, right? Impulse retracement. So this is a high in the higher time frame, it has more power because it's a higher time frame, right? And this is a low, sell side liquidity. It's down candle followed by an up candle, and this is the low. So I'm currently in the 1 hour time frame. I'm going to show you exactly how do I spot my liquidity. I like to spot them in the 50-minute time frame and up, because it holds more power and influence, right? But just for this example, what are these? This is a down candle followed by an up candle. This is kind of weird looking, right? Why did I mark it below this up candle if it's a low? Well, remember, a low and a high takes 2 candles to form. So you're going to choose the more prominent one. This is more lower than this one, so I'm going to choose this one, right? This is also a low right here. It has liquidity. This also has liquidity, right? These are all sell side liquidities, right? And what happens? Later they got swept, and then the price went upside, okay? Because the market wants to take liquidity. Now, what about highs? Well, highs is the same stuff. Up candle followed by down candle. They are literally found everywhere, okay? And why do we want to mark these as our take profits? Well, for the simple fact that it has a chance of switching the trend direction. If it goes in an option like this, it may take it and then switch the trend direction. That's why it's never ever advisable to literally ignore the liquidity, because it can take you out without you realizing it. But when you realize it, when it's most likely to flip the direction, you're safe, right? But again, up candle followed by down candle high, up candle followed by down candle high. This is also a up candle followed by down candle high. Sometimes these get actually taken out, but that is essentially a breakout structure if it doesn't react, because the body of the candle closes above that, so it's not a sweep, right? But this is a sweep. Swept this high right here, swept, went down. All right, as you can see, that is the basics of liquidity. But now it is time for me to move on to the step number 3, to actually put everything together and backtest this strategy in front of you so you can start really using this. Okay, I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's get into the markets. So as you can see, we are now forming up an uptrend, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and it continues, etc. right? And this is in the 1 minute time frame in the Nasdaq 100, US 100, right? If I go to the replay mode right here, let's say I'll be right here and I see this consistent respect of the uptrend, right? What would I do? Well, remember, impulse retracement. Why? Because this is an up candle followed by down candle. Essentially the high appears, right? High appears right here, bang, break of structure, right? Because this up candle body closes above that right here. But as you can see, before that, there wasn't that much consistency in the trend. But if we see more respect to the upside, meaning that we just continue to do the cycle again, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. What is this again? This is an impulse followed by a retracement, up candle followed by down candle, let's say high, and it doesn't have much liquidity because we're currently in the 1 minute time frame, right? Then a up candle body closes above that again. That is literally 2 breaker structures again, and it also happened before here, and it continues, right? So that is, the more breaker structure it happens and the more respect we get to this uptrend and it continues to go in this cycle, the better, because it is proof of concept. It is proof that the trend is very strong. Okay, the more it continues, the stronger it gets until there's the sweep of liquidity. But now I would want to buy the markets right here on this breaker structure right here, and I'll put the stop loss below the most recent down candle. Okay, that's very important because they down. Remember, in the uptrend, when there's a breaker structure, the most recent down candle after the breaker structure is something called a order block, and I like to use this as my shield for the stop loss. And I'll go now to the 15-minute time frame, and I would want to target some. Okay, as you can see, this is the most recent liquidity that we have actually here, but that is very far away, so I don't need that big of a reshort ratio right now. So I'm just gonna target these highs, even though it's in the 1 minute time frame, but just because this reshort ratio is good enough for me, 1 to 2, and let's see what happens. Bang, right? This would have doubled my risk. So if I would have risked $500, I would have made 1,000. If I would have risked $50, I would have made freaking $100, right? So simple as that. And if we look closely, we still respect this uptrend. How do we know? Well, this is a up candle followed by down candle, impulse retracement, right? This is a high, this is a breaker structure again. I could have bought it from here. This is again high, this is a impulse followed by a retracement. So what is this? This is a high as well. If it breaks structure, could give me another entry right here. And naturally I would want to freaking target liquidity, but since there wasn't much liquidity nearby, I'm just gonna get like a 1 to 2 reshort ratio right here, and let's see what happens. And that is okay, that's taking some time, and there we go. Right, as you can see, pretty decent looking downtrend right here in the 1 minute time frame. Okay, this is a impulse retracement, impulse retracement, impulse. What happens here? If we look closely, this is a respect of the trend again. It's a down candle followed by an up candle, aka impulse retracement. Then we break structure right here because this down candle body closes below that. The fat part of the candle closes below the low. So that's a BOS. What? This is a BOS right here. And I'm going to enter. This is a replay mode, so I'm going to backtest, but I would have entered right here, and I will go to the 15-minute time frame, target some liquidity. I would target this one right here. This is a down candle followed by an up candle, 15-minute liquidity, and I would want to target that as my TP right there, almost 1 to 2 reshort ratio. And remember, by the way, the order block is my shield in this case, so it's breaker structure, and the most recent up candle after that is the order block, right? So I'm gonna put the stop loss above that as my shield, and bang, there we go, there we go. And let's see what happens to the trend after that. Okay, pretty decent respect of the liquidity. As you can see, it didn't completely switch, but this is why I like to target liquidity as my take profit, because it has a chance of actually switching the trend to the upside from a downtrend to an uptrend. In this case, it didn't completely do that, but it's pretty decent respect. Sometimes it completely switches the trend, and then once, okay, there we go, actually we later switched the trend. But man, That's how we do it. Alright bro, now you know my easy scalping strategy. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to a friend who you want to see succeed. Make sure to click the first link in the description if you want to learn for free. That's a full 1 hour long course, and also link below that will take you to my Telegram, and follow me on Instagram. And yeah man, thank you for watching. As usual, I will see you on the other side. Peace out.